Welcome. Today, we're diving into the world of car insurance, specifically what full coverage really means. Many drivers hear the term and assume it covers absolutely everything, but is that true? In this video, we'll break down the components of full coverage car insurance, clarify common misconceptions, and help you understand exactly what you're paying for. Whether you're a new driver or just looking to refresh your knowledge, this guide will give you the clarity you need to make informed decisions about your auto insurance. Let's start by understanding the basics of car insurance and why it's so important. When people mention full coverage car insurance, they're usually referring to a combination of different types of coverage that protect you and your vehicle in a variety of situations. However, it's important to note that full coverage isn't a specific insurance product you can buy. Instead, it's a term used to describe a policy that includes both liability coverage and physical damage coverage, such as collision and comprehensive. We'll explore each of these in detail throughout this video, so you know exactly what you're getting when you opt for full coverage. Liability coverage is the foundation of any car insurance policy and is required by law in most states. This coverage pays for damages and injuries you cause to others in an accident where you're at fault. It typically includes two parts: bodily injury liability, which covers medical expenses for other people, and property damage liability, which pays for repairs to someone else's property. Remember, liability coverage does not pay for your own injuries or vehicle repairs. It's designed to protect you financially if you're responsible for an accident. Collision coverage is a key part of what people consider full coverage. This type of insurance helps pay for repairs to your own vehicle if you're involved in an accident, regardless of who is at fault. Whether you hit another car, a tree, or even a pothole, collision coverage can help cover the cost of fixing or replacing your car. It's especially important if you have a newer or more valuable vehicle, as repair costs can add up quickly. However, keep in mind that you'll usually need to pay a deductible before your insurance kicks in. Comprehensive coverage is another essential component of full coverage car insurance. Unlike collision coverage, comprehensive protects your vehicle from non-collision events. This includes things like theft, vandalism, fire, natural disasters, falling objects, and even hitting an animal. If your car is damaged or stolen due to one of these covered events, comprehensive coverage can help pay for repairs or replacement. Like collision, you'll need to pay a deductible, but it can save you from significant out-of-pocket expenses in unexpected situations. It's a common misconception that full coverage means you're protected from every possible scenario. In reality, there are several things that full coverage typically does not include. For example, it usually doesn't cover routine maintenance, mechanical breakdowns, or wear and tear. It also may not cover personal belongings stolen from your car or damages from ride-sharing activities unless you have additional endorsements. Understanding these limitations can help you avoid surprises when you need to file a claim. Beyond the basics of liability, collision, and comprehensive, there are several optional coverages you can add to your policy for extra protection. These might include roadside assistance, rental car reimbursement, gap insurance, and uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage. Each of these options addresses specific risks or needs that aren't covered by standard full coverage. Adding these can give you greater peace of mind, but they also increase your premium, so it's important to weigh the costs and benefits. Uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage is an important add-on, especially if you live in an area with many uninsured drivers. This coverage helps pay for your injuries and damages if you're hit by a driver who doesn't have enough insurance or any at all. While not always included in full coverage, it's highly recommended for extra protection. It can cover medical bills, lost wages, and even pain and suffering in some cases, ensuring you're not left with hefty expenses after an accident. Personal injury protection, or PIP, is another optional coverage that can be added to your policy. PIP helps cover medical expenses for you and your passengers, regardless of who caused the accident. In some states, it's required by law, while in others, it's optional. PIP can also cover lost wages and other related costs, making it a valuable addition if you want broader protection for yourself and your family. It's especially useful if you don't have strong health insurance. Medical payments coverage, often called MedPay, is similar to PIP but usually more limited. It helps pay for medical expenses for you and your passengers after an accident, regardless of fault. MedPay can cover hospital visits, surgeries, and even funeral costs. It's a helpful supplement to health insurance, especially if you have high deductibles or limited coverage. While not always included in full coverage, it's worth considering for added peace of mind. Rental car reimbursement is an optional coverage that helps pay for a rental car if your vehicle is in the shop due to a covered claim. This can be a lifesaver if you rely on your car for daily activities and can't afford to be without transportation. Keep in mind, this coverage only applies if your car is being repaired for a covered loss, not for routine maintenance or breakdowns. It's a small addition to your premium that can make a big difference when you need it. Roadside assistance is another optional add-on that can provide valuable help if you find yourself stranded due to a flat tire, dead battery, or other minor mishaps. This coverage typically includes services like towing, jump starts, lockout assistance, and fuel delivery. While not part of standard full coverage, it's a popular choice for drivers who want extra peace of mind on the road. The cost is usually minimal compared to the convenience it offers. Gap insurance is designed to protect you if your car is totaled or stolen and you owe more on your loan or lease than the car's current value. In this situation, standard insurance only pays the actual cash value of your car, which might be less than what you still owe. Gap insurance covers the difference, so you're not left paying out of pocket for a car you no longer have. It's especially important for new cars that depreciate quickly. If you've added custom parts or equipment to your vehicle, such as upgraded sound systems, custom wheels, or special paint jobs, standard insurance may not cover their full value. Custom parts and equipment coverage is an optional add-on that helps protect these investments. It ensures that if your customizations are damaged or stolen, you can repair or replace them without bearing the full cost yourself. Glass coverage is a specialized option that helps pay for repairs or replacement of your car's windows, windshield, and other glass components. While comprehensive coverage often includes glass damage, some policies require a separate glass coverage endorsement for full protection. This can be especially useful if you live in an area prone to road debris or extreme weather that can crack or shatter your windshield. Towing and labor coverage is another optional feature that helps cover the cost of towing your vehicle and certain types of roadside labor, like changing a flat tire or jump-starting a battery. While similar to roadside assistance, towing and labor coverage is usually more limited in scope. It's a good option if you want basic help without the full range of services offered by comprehensive roadside assistance plans. It's important to understand the limits of rental car coverage. Most policies have a daily and total maximum amount they'll pay for a rental car while your vehicle is being repaired. If your rental costs exceed these limits, you'll need to pay the difference out of pocket. Always check your policy details so you know what to expect if you ever need to use this coverage. A deductible is the amount you pay out of pocket before your insurance covers the rest of a claim. Both collision and comprehensive coverage typically require deductibles, which can range from $250 to $1,000 or more. Choosing a higher deductible can lower your premium, but it also means you'll pay more if you need to file a claim. It's important to choose a deductible that fits your budget and risk tolerance. Every car insurance policy has limits, which are the maximum amounts your insurer will pay for a covered claim. These limits apply to liability, collision, and comprehensive coverage. If damages exceed your policy limits, you'll be responsible for the difference. It's important to review your policy and choose limits that provide adequate protection for your assets and financial situation. Car insurance requirements vary by state. Most states require at least liability coverage, but some also mandate additional types of insurance, like uninsured motorist or personal injury protection. Full coverage is not required by law, but lenders may require it if you finance or lease your vehicle. Always check your state's minimum requirements to ensure you're in compliance. If you're financing or leasing your car, your lender will likely require you to carry full coverage insurance. This protects their investment in case your car is damaged or totaled. Once your loan is paid off, you can choose to reduce your coverage, but it's important to weigh the risks before making changes. Dropping coverage could leave you financially vulnerable if something happens to your car. Your car insurance premium is determined by a variety of factors, including your driving record, age, location, type of vehicle, and the coverage options you select. Full coverage policies are typically more expensive than liability-only policies because they offer broader protection. You can often lower your premium by choosing higher deductibles, maintaining a clean driving record, or bundling policies with the same insurer. Many insurers offer discounts that can help lower the cost of full coverage car insurance. Common discounts include safe driver discounts, multi-policy discounts, good student discounts, and discounts for safety features like anti-lock brakes or anti-theft devices. Ask your insurer about available discounts to make sure you're getting the best rate possible. Filing a claim with your insurance company typically involves reporting the incident, providing documentation, and working with an adjuster to assess the damage. For collision and comprehensive claims, you'll need to pay your deductible before coverage applies. Understanding the claims process can help you navigate it smoothly if you ever need to use your insurance. Every insurance policy has exclusions, situations, or types of damage that aren't covered. Common exclusions include intentional damage, racing, using your car for commercial purposes without proper coverage, and damages from natural disasters not listed in your policy. Always read your policy carefully to understand what's not covered so you can avoid unpleasant surprises. Your full coverage policy may extend to other drivers who have permission to use your car, but there are limits. Coverage can vary depending on your insurer and state laws. Always check your policy to see who is covered and under what circumstances, especially if you frequently lend your car to friends or family. Many full coverage policies extend to rental cars, offering the same protection as your personal vehicle. However, there may be restrictions or exceptions, especially for international rentals or certain types of vehicles. Before renting a car, check with your insurer to confirm what is and isn't covered, and consider purchasing additional coverage if needed. If you lease your car, your leasing company will likely require you to carry full coverage insurance, often with higher liability limits. This ensures their investment is protected if the car is damaged or totaled. Make sure you understand your lease agreement and maintain the required coverage to avoid penalties or breaches of contract. Similar to leasing, if you finance your car, your lender will require full coverage insurance until the loan is paid off. This protects both you and the lender from financial loss if the car is damaged or stolen. Once your loan is paid, you can adjust your coverage, but be sure to consider the risks before making changes. Classic or antique cars often require specialized insurance policies that differ from standard full coverage. These policies consider the car's collectible value, usage, and storage conditions. If you own a classic car, talk to your insurer about tailored coverage options to ensure your investment is fully protected. If you drive for a rideshare company like Uber or Lyft, standard full coverage may not protect you while you're working. Many insurers offer rideshare endorsements or separate policies to fill this gap. Without proper coverage, you could be left unprotected during rideshare activities. Always inform your insurer if you drive for a rideshare service. Using your car for business purposes, such as deliveries or transporting clients, may not be covered by standard full coverage. Commercial auto insurance is designed for these situations and provides the necessary protection. If you use your car for work, talk to your insurer about the right type of policy to avoid coverage gaps. Most full coverage policies extend to travel within the United States, but coverage can vary for international trips. If you plan to drive in another country, check with your insurer to see if you need additional coverage or a special policy. Some countries require you to purchase local insurance before driving. Comprehensive coverage typically protects your car from natural disasters like floods, hail, hurricanes, and wildfires. However, it's important to review your policy for specific exclusions or limitations. If you live in an area prone to certain disasters, make sure your coverage is adequate to protect your vehicle from these risks. Comprehensive coverage also protects your car from theft and vandalism. If your vehicle is stolen or damaged by vandals, your insurance can help pay for repairs or replacement. Be sure to report incidents to the police and your insurer promptly to ensure your claim is processed smoothly. Hitting an animal, such as a deer, can cause significant damage to your vehicle. Comprehensive coverage typically pays for repairs in these situations. If you live in an area with a high risk of animal collisions, comprehensive coverage is especially important to protect against costly repairs. Fire and flood damage are covered under comprehensive insurance. If your car is damaged or destroyed by fire or flooding, your policy can help pay for repairs or replacement. Always check your policy for any specific exclusions or requirements related to these types of events. Comprehensive coverage also protects your car from damage caused by falling objects, such as tree branches, hail, or debris. If your vehicle is struck by something unexpected, your insurance can help cover the cost of repairs minus your deductible. If you're involved in a hit-and-run accident, uninsured motorist, property damage coverage, or collision coverage can help pay for repairs to your vehicle. Not all policies include this protection, so check your coverage details and consider adding it if it's not already included. Liability coverage can help pay for legal fees if you're sued after an accident. This includes attorney fees, court costs, and settlements up to your policy limits. Having adequate liability coverage is essential to protect your assets in case of a lawsuit. Full coverage policies often include protection for your passengers through medical payments or personal injury protection. This ensures that if your passengers are injured in an accident, their medical expenses can be covered, reducing the financial burden on everyone involved. Most car insurance policies do not cover personal belongings stolen from your vehicle. However, your homeowner's or renter's insurance may provide some protection. Check your policies and consider additional coverage if you frequently keep valuable items in your car. Choosing the right car insurance coverage depends on your personal needs, budget, and risk tolerance. Consider factors like your car's value, your financial situation, and how much risk you're willing to take. It's always a good idea to compare quotes from multiple insurers and review your coverage regularly to make sure it still meets your needs. There are many myths about full coverage car insurance. Some people think it covers absolutely everything, but as we've discussed, there are important limitations and exclusions. Others believe it's always expensive, but discounts and smart choices can make it affordable. Understanding the facts helps you make better decisions and avoid costly mistakes. To wrap up, full coverage car insurance is a combination of liability, collision, and comprehensive coverage, often with optional add-ons for extra protection. It offers broad protection, but doesn't cover every possible scenario. Always read your policy, understand your coverage, and review your needs regularly. With the right information, you can choose the best coverage for your situation and drive with confidence.